Okay, so today is March 19th. It is 6:46 in the morning French Marseille time, and we've been given disembarkation instructions. We'll be going in buses to the airport, 20 at a time, 1 meter apart in the bus. We'll be putting our own luggage onto the bus ourselves, and we will be given masks and gloves to wear to the airport. And then we will be screened here, I believe, before we leave. So I have like I have a big problem with this plan. So, medically speaking, and I've been saying this all along, it doesn't make sense. If they think that we might be positive or that we might be spreading this virus and that we are contagious enough that we would have to wear gloves and masks during this process, we should not be going through an airport. Makes no sense. If they think that people are scared to touch our luggage, why are we going to an airport? Doesn't make sense. So I know they're taking our temperature. I know that they want to see if we've got a cough or symptoms. And I know they don't want to use up a lot of test kits. But we're talking test kits for people that have a known exposure on a cruise ship where everybody's all on top of each other. It doesn't make sense. Medically speaking, my medical brain is coming out and saying, if I were, okay, first of all, let's give them the benefit of the doubt that this virus is as bad as they're saying it is. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. And let's say that they think that we have been exposed, but they're not confident enough in their screening process that they can actually clear us. But before they clear us, they're going to send us into an airport, an international airport, and send us back home on an airplane, which the airplane, if we're all there together, that's not that big of an exposure for other people. But we have no flight plans after Atlanta. So my individual flight leaves in Atlanta. That's it. That is as far as it gets me. I have no idea how I'm getting from Atlanta to Washington, D.C. No idea. Absolutely none. I'm coming in at 4:10 a.m., but I have no flight details after that. Best regards. Does that mean that we're stopping in Atlanta? That we're going to be quarantined there? Does that mean that we'll have to get our flight information on the plane? Is there going to be an official flying with us, or is it just going to be us passengers? I have so many questions. That's not funny. And I'm probably going to make a lot of videos today because I know everybody else is probably wondering too. And I want to have documentation so that when I make this little video thing for myself about this trip, that I have that part in it, because this is probably one of the most scary parts. I mean, we've been on the ship together for a long time, 15 days. Not the 17 days it was supposed to be, but 15 days we've been on the ship together. We kind of know what's been going on. We know that they kind of lie. We know that, we get all of these different messages. So today, though, we know nothing. And we don't know what to expect. We've heard stories about other cruise ships, passengers being quarantined on military bases and all these different things. But we don't know if we are. We don't know if we're going to be tested to see if we are going to have to be, or if we're going to be given to our local airports to send us back home. There's so many things that we don't know. So my panic button is a little high, and so So anyway, I'm trying not to panic. Guys, I'm not good at this. This is why I don't make a very good single person, is because I need somebody to bounce those ideas off of. I need somebody to say, "Hey, this doesn't make sense to me." Like, tell me why they're doing this, or, maybe most people it doesn't bother if there's an inconsistency or something, but for me, it's huge. And when my spider senses are huge, it's even more of a problem. I'm having just a really hard time trusting people, a really hard time. Um, I'm having a hard time trusting this process. I'm having a hard time trusting um, that all of this is even necessary. I'm having a hard time trusting that if it is necessary and the response is as huge as it is, then what we're doing doesn't make sense. If they're shutting down the whole world for this virus, but they're going to let us go into an airport with a possible exposure. Okay, they shut down the whole world, guys. Like, they shut down the whole world. If you shut down the whole world, then passengers that have definitely been exposed on a cruise ship would not be walking into an international airport without, like, testing them for sure that yes, you were negative, yes, you were positive, you go this way, you go that way, different things happen. Like, that would never happen. Never happen. If it is bad enough that you shut down the whole world, guys, this would not be happening. Like, we're talking Ebola type response. Actually, they didn't even okay, wait a minute. That's even like, okay, they didn't even do this for Ebola. They didn't do this for Ebola. They didn't shut down countries. Africa didn't shut down. They monitor your temperature, but they didn't shut down, and Ebola is like big. So anyway, there's a part of me that just wants to get home, that just says, please just get me home. I just want to be home. And the other part, my medical part, is saying, are you freaking kidding? If this is big enough that they're shutting down the entire world, that every country is shutting its borders, every country is telling their citizens to stay inside, and they're going to take your temperature, and they're going to ask you if you have a cough, just like they did, by the way, getting on board the ship, which everybody, like, well, not everybody lied, but a lot of people lied and were coughing in the line. So yeah, doesn't make sense. Like, it's just, there's a disconnect there. There's something that doesn't make sense. So anyway, so we are basically going to try and get through this day without freaking out anymore. And